Good afternoon. Before we get started, I'll go ahead and introduce everybody that's up here. I'm Sheriff Larry Webb for Upshur County. We have the District Attorney for Upshur County, Billy Bird. We have the Chief of Police from Longview, Mike Bishop. And we have Mr. Brinkley. He's a sergeant over CID over at the Longview Police Department, and they'll be here with me today. Thank y'all for being here. First, before we get started on the press, I'd like to keep the Rachel Rhoads family in our thoughts and prayers during this difficult time that they've been going through this week. After an extensive investigation which covered hundreds of miles and numerous jurisdictions, 2 subjects have been charged with capital murder in relation to the death of Rachel Rhoads. The ID of the charged persons and the individuals that were taken into custody were identified as a Carlton Grant of the DFW area and a Lindsay McFadden. She is from Longview. On April the 1st, Upshur County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a body found in a wooded area at 726 just north of 154 here in Upshur County. During the investigation, the body found was identified as Rachel Rhoads. Ms. Rhoads was reported missing on March the 31st, 2018 to the Longview Police Department. On April the 3rd, the Longview Police Department was notified by Bedford Police Department that they had stopped a vehicle related to Rachel Rhoads' missing persons case. Longview Police Department then communicated with us, the Upshur County Sheriff's Office, that the victim's vehicle had been located in the Bedford area. Upshur County Sheriff's investigators then contacted Bedford PD about the vehicle and found that the occupants and the vehicle had been released due to the fact that at the time of their stop there was no reason to detain them just on the missing persons case. Due to Ms. Rhoads' death having been determined a homicide, the Longview Police Department later changed the BOLO for her vehicle to a stolen BOLO report that was broadcasted back out. Upshur County investigators Tim Hall and Texas Ranger Chris Baggett traveled to Bedford to assist in relocating the vehicle and the occupants. The vehicle was relocated at an apartment complex in Fort Worth. The occupants of the vehicle that had previously been identified by Bedford PD were also located and taken into custody on arrest warrants unrelated to the current homicide investigation. As a result of the arrest, sufficient evidence was gathered to charge both subjects with capital murder in this ongoing homicide investigation. I would like to thank the following agencies for their help and cooperation during this difficult investigation: Upshur County District Attorney Billy Bird, the Longview Police Department, Bedford Police Department, Texas Rangers Chris Baggett, the U.S. Marshal Service, and the Fort Worth Police Department. This has been a very long week for my investigators who have been working on this nonstop from the time the body was discovered, and it has come to this conclusion where we now have 2 people that we believe are responsible for this, and they are in custody and are currently up in Bedford under the warrants for capital murder at this time. At this point, I'd turn it over and let Chief Bishop have a few words, and then I'll let Billy Bird talk.
Thank you, Sheriff. I'd just like to congratulate Sheriff Webb on an outstanding case here that he's bringing to a conclusion in the arrest of these 2 individuals. I'd also like to thank Sergeant Doug Brinkley, who is the sergeant over our Crimes Against Persons division within CID. I know they too have worked tireless hours with the investigators here from Upshur County. And this is good that this case can come to a conclusion with these arrests and show when law enforcement agencies work together what we can accomplish. And I think this is a testament to Sheriff Webb's agency here and the ability to reach out and get others involved and bring this case to a quick conclusion. And our hearts go out to Ms. Rhoads' family. But this should be a good day that the two individuals that are responsible for this are where they need to be. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I do want to say how sorry we are for the Rhoads family. I've had the ability and the opportunity to meet with both parents, and they are grief-stricken and hurting, as to be expected. Very, very fine people, and I look forward to getting to know them much better in the near future. I do want to thank the investigators who have spent tireless and countless hours this week on their hard work here at the Upshur County Sheriff's Office, and with cooperation from a number of agencies. I thank Sheriff Webb for his ability to reach out to other agencies and receive cooperation. Because of that cooperation, we have two individuals currently charged with capital murder. This investigation is not complete. There's much work still to be done, and I know that work will continue. We do ask for respect for the investigation, in that there's a lot of information that is sought that cannot be released because that would jeopardize and hinder the future prosecution of these cases. So some of that information you may seem frustration about, but that is for the protection of the case and the record. We look forward to the coming weeks and months, and we will work very tirelessly, and we will work to see that justice is accomplished in these cases through the cooperation of many officers and agencies. And I will certainly attest to the fact that our office and my office will see that justice is done in these cases. Thank you.
Right now, we'll take a few questions. Again, keep in mind what Mr. Byrd had said. We are limited on the details that we want to put out, but we will take a few questions.
Now, did the preliminary autopsy report show the cause of death, and if so, what was it?
There is currently a gag order on the preliminary investigation of the autopsy, and we're not going to discuss that.
You said evidence led to their arrest. Would this have been physical evidence, stolen items, things of that nature?
Yes. We do have physical evidence and other things that we are currently looking at in the investigation, yes.
What about the last person she was seen with?
We have interviewed everybody, the folks that was, to our knowledge, that was had any contact prior to her being reported missing at this point.
What about the guy, the ex that was beating her? Have y'all interviewed him?
The person that we have been talked to, we are still interviewing other folks right now in the process. Like Mr. Byrd said, we are still in a very fluid and ongoing investigation at this time, and we will be talking to everybody that has any information regarding this case.
Do you have the ages of the suspects? I know she gave where they were from and their names. Do we have ages on them?
The ages on them are going to be, well, don't hold me to that. I can get that to you right after the press release.
What jail are they, what county jail are they currently in?
Bedford would be Tarrant County.
Okay. For them, the Tarrant County jail, are they under bond?
They are under a no bond.
Okay. Are they going to be transferred back here at some point?
They have pending charges on other issues going on, but yes, they will eventually wind up here.
And the people she was communicating with and Flamingo Service Work?
Like I said, everything dealing with the investigation will be covered. We will be looking at everything.
What date were they actually arrested? Was it yesterday? And if so, what agency arrested them?
They would have been arrested yesterday by the U.S. Marshals and Texas Rangers in Fort Worth, Texas.
And their investigation also would be, I'm guessing, motive of
That will be coming out in the investigation, yes. We'll be looking into that. Anything else?
What exact charges are these men facing? I don't know if that may be the DA that would answer that.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Just what all litany and what kind of sentence possibilities?
The reason they are charged with capital murder is that in the complaint, it is alleged, and the investigation has shown at this point, that the two individuals that have been charged were in the course of kidnapping Miss Rhoads, and in the course of that offense of kidnapping, her murder occurred.
All right. If there's no other questions, we appreciate y'all coming out here today for the press conference. Of course, we always appreciate y'all on the media getting our information out and helping us as we go forward. Thank
I
you.
believe the gentleman had asked a question about the possible punishment. This is capital murder. That would be only life without parole or the death penalty, one of the two. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Thank y'all very much.